So obviously, this being a very high-end luxury car of the era, mechanical throttle. You were probably a boss in 1984. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, like, I'm being 100. People are like, oh, you can't do that, you can't build that truck, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, anything in the world comes down to you. Do you want to do it? Do you really want to figure it out? Do you really want to do that yourself? Do you want to put in the time, money, effort, and dedication it takes to do that, whatever it might be? And if you don't, then it's never going to happen for you. If you don't put in the effort and the thought, nothing. Whatever it hypothesize, whatever you think you want to do, if you don't put in the effort and the actual dedication to do it, it's never going to happen. Ever. Never. 0% chance. You know what there's a high percent chance of though? Like extremely high? Durability testing on a 6 and 5 straight cylinder diesel engine. That throughout the course of history are literally proven to be indestructible. Oh, what'd you say? Indestructible? Yeah, I said indestructible. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back, Bert Builds here, with this nice gem that we have to talk about. And what is that, you might ask? Well, this here is a Mercedes-Benz 300 SD turbo diesel from 1984, boys. 1984. What a year. Huh. It's almost like there was like a book or something called 1984. George Orwell, 1980. That's a weird coincidence. Wonder why I bought an 84. But we're not here today to talk about a book or that fact. We're here to talk about this cool car, so come along for a ride. With a maximum top speed of 103 miles per hour, a curb weight of 7,500, 7,000 I wish, a curb weight of 3,571 pounds. So this thing weighs almost 4,000 pounds. That's pretty nuts. The W126 300 SD has a turbocharged inline 5-cylinder engine, which is a diesel motor with the engine code OM617. So that's technically what the name of this Benz motor is called, an OM617, which is kind of weird. I mean, I've never myself even seen a straight 5-cylinder anything, but I guess they do exist. But we have the old 5-cylinder turbo diesel under here. And she is a beast, boys. Like I said, making barely 180 foot-pounds of torque to the ground at 2,400 RPMs. And I haven't driven this thing much, but I'm gonna guess that it's pretty hard for this girl to get above 2,400 RPMs easily. With the turbo that's as tiny as it is. I'll show you that in a second. But taking a look up under the hood here, we have a mechanical injection pump with individual plungers going to individual injectors for every cylinder. 5 of them going down the whole straight block. We have obviously drive-by cable, mechanical throttle, mechanical shut-off button, mechanical everything really that's pretty visible in front of you, which is nuts, boys, because today, I mean, most new cars you can't even change your battery without calling your dealership or AAA or something. Having a whole toolkit on the side of the road just doesn't fly with most people. This, you really wouldn't need it. Back in the day, you could kind of have your grandma change your oil if you wanted. Nowadays, nobody even knows what, like, a light bulb is, so that's good. And I popped the hood, of course, to show my grandpa this. It has a diagram of all the fuel lines going into the pump, and it literally labels every single, it even gives you the colors of some wires. Look at that. It literally labels out everything you would probably need to service yourself. Oil, right on top. Dipstick, right on top. Trans dipstick, not there, but
easily accessible, all your fluids. This little treat, I mean, I was like, oh, it must have a latch for the gas cap, like inside. Nope. Pretty simple, just like back in the day. It just pops open. Nothing that can break. Don't have a little thing in here. You don't have to push anything that locks it. Somebody could just come up and pour some sugar right into your gas tank. I'm pretty sure there's a law you can't do this anymore. Like, you have to lock your tank or have it inside. Actually, maybe not, because Fords have the easy fuel thing. Yeah, it's probably not a law. But most cars don't have like a truck just open up and pour it in type of deal anymore. And look at this little hidden feature inside the old cap here. Oh, even though this is a Mercedes-Benz and you would think, oh, it must have really high service or hard to find parts or maintenance is impossible or the thing's junk after 100,000 miles or something like that, because that's a stereotype for a lot of cars, but especially foreigns in general. Mercedes, BMW, Alfa Romeo, you get the gist. But just like up under front, where you have a little diagram helping you out with service if you wanted to have your grandma do it up there. Uh-oh, your tire's low? Bang. Tells you your PSI. All 4 tires in a little thing right here. It even tells you, like, temperature-wise, if it's cold or warm, what the temperature and pressure difference would be. Like a lot of things in the 80s that were, you know, spaceship or square, kind of blocky looking, like the old big computers or cell phones or buildings were blocky then. A lot of design in general just in the 80s was blocky. Just like your rear end here. She's pretty square, just like a lot of the square body trucks and other car designs of the era. The bumper, tank like. Like if you hit somebody with this thing, like all their bones are cracked in half. They're not okay, so you should probably call the cops and stop like a good citizen, but that person's gonna be hurt if they're hit by this thing. Also, the design of the lights, like I said, sort of spaceship looking. Back to the Future-esque, like there could be a flux capacitor in the back seat. So I dig that. I'm probably not gonna change these. And the badges. Look at this. Just like the chrome strip, the Benz circle. What kind of cars have badging like this now? Where it's just literally a number, 300 SD in a turbo diesel. Exactly what it is. Reasoning behind both things. Now you have like, Toyota obviously has some names that they stick by for a long time, like the Camry, but you got like Infiniti and the Nissans coming out with like, oh, the Rogue, the Pathfinder, the this, the Hoopla. It's like, why, what do these names mean? Why aren't you telling me about the engine that's in this car or the specifications that it can handle on the road? Instead, you're telling me it has Bluetooth and a little light on my like blind spot mirror, and that makes it a good buy. Badging, that's beautiful. So obviously moving inside the trunk and continuing with the bigger is better theme of the 80s, you could fit about 47 young babies inside this trunk. Maybe 4 adult grown men. But like literally, like you could almost fit a water heater in this thing if you were working. Big ass trunk. And read it. I mean, obviously this is in English down here. When loading correct tire pressure according to scheduled ant, get out of here. Pressure. Oh, obviously, and that goes into some other language. Oh, did I kill that ant? Poor guy. Beam landed, schrafty, draft notch, tabulate, reaching, Stalin. Oh, I'm sweating my ass off. Like I said, boys, she purrs like an absolute kitten. Like, you had to be somebody to be buying this in 1984, boys. So, she's not running right now, but let's go over some features that this thing has in a 1984. Again, 1984. You have to think about this. Okay, so starting out, obviously we have some nice stocks on the steering wheel. They're pretty robust, pretty standard up, down, turn signals for left and right. Head switch dial is pretty normal. Also, kind of feels like a Ford truck today, even. It has cruise control, which for the time, that was definitely an option. I mean, it might have came standard on this car or these 300 SD models, but
Definitely not a popular thing cars manufacturers would do at the time. So, what does it have for actually cool features, you might be asking yourself? Well, let me show you. Starter up here. Make sure my music doesn't come on. Don't want any copyright issues. But, so, she's running. She purrs like a kitten. Check this out, boys. See how this looks like a little seat, like an L? If you guys have ever seen, some of the Saabs have this, but whole armrest moves, everything. Has power and memory seats in a 1984. Obviously, I was showing Gramps, and some of you guys have seen it on my Instagram. Look at that. Power sunroof, 1984. What do we have down here in the middle of the switches, like a Jeep? Oh, she's awesome. Power windows, power sunroof. Are these powered? No. Has manual mirrors though. Look at that. You grab a little doohickey, you can change the mirror. And I'm just picking the stuff up to tell you guys as I'm looking at it. I mean, I'm probably missing a lot of cool things, but the power sunroof is really cool. I feel like, I don't know how many other cars had that, but in 1984, that had to be like something that was like mind-boggling. The radio's upgraded, obviously. If you pop this, you know, you got your smoky smoke, ashtray, cigarette lighter, emergency lights, dome lights, the antenna folds in and out. All your climate controls are in this square right here. The whole dash used to be a piece of wood. This silver, I mean, it looks kind of cool, to be honest with you. Like, I like the silver, but that's supposed to be wood. It's supposed to be wood all the way around here. The tachometer, look at this thing. That is in the weirdest format. The turbo sounds good. It's got a little clock right here. Speedometer right in the middle, kind of average. I believe that's oil pressure, so I don't know. Like, I thought it was a boost gauge, but I think that's oil pressure. I'm really not sure, boys, because why is there maybe a light pops on there? I don't know. That's got to be a boost gauge. Temperature and fuel. Yeah, the interior is nice. Power steering, disc brakes all the way around, manual transmission. Oh, here comes the town right now. Literally going by me. What's up, Towny Town? Oh, Walpole, Waterworks. What's up, boys? How's it going? He is a cruiser. Alrighty, boys, I know we didn't touch on quite exactly all the amazing quirks and features of that beautiful old girl behind me. Of course, you know, we got her souped up. Repping some Bert Build stickers. Of course, the merch and memorabilia. It's gonna keep piling on, boys. We are gonna have an awesome sticker line. Amazing shirts, hats, sweatshirts, keychains, coasters, and I think bottle openers, but I forget. Either way, boys, we're launching a website in just a few weeks' time, and I just want you to hypothesize with me, you know, give it a little thought maybe. What kind of durability testing could we really do with this stuff behind me here? Oh, I'm 100p, boys. Imagine the durability testing. Straight 6,
Straight 6 12 valve Cummins inside a Ford King Ranch frame. Straight 5 diesel Mercedes Benz that is literally inside museums with over 1 million miles on it. Oh yeah, same thing with the Cummins, by the way. There is undeniably a massive amount of 1 million mile examples of the Cummins. This, I don't think there's probably that many people that drove it 1 million miles because they probably didn't even know that it could go that far at the time. But there's one of these in a There's one of these in a Mercedes-Benz museum. Indestructible, 1 million miles, factory, everything. Like, actually a tank. It weighs 4,000 pounds. The bumpers are virtually indestructible. I bet my fist couldn't break a single thing on that, and my fist is actually pretty strong. King Ranch, F-250, Ford Super Duty 2008. Easily one of the best trucks ever constructed in terms of technology, comfort, rideability. And then you stick a 12 valve Cummins inside it. Indestructible. Indestructible. People are like, but what's the plan here? Oh, to prove the work, duh. To prove my word. Did I build it? Yes. Is it indestructible? Yes. Am I going to prove everything I say? No clickbait?